there. You caught me off guard. Well, in any event, thanks for joining me tonight on another haul video. This time I'm going to be reviewing some things that I got from New York Anime Con 2018. A bit of a disclaimer before I begin. I do not condone spending this amount of money at any con. You'll see a little bit as this video goes on what I'm talking about. I admit that I fucked up, but here we are, and now maybe you can reap the benefit of what I have sown for myself. Another side note, I have a bit of a cold, but I've got my tea, so bear with me, and let's get this bread, gamers. So I guess I'm gonna start this video off with, I'm gonna work up to my favorite parts. So one of the biggest finds that I discovered this time around was the Piao Studios, or I guess Piao Publishing Company. I found a lot of great stuff from them. Two books that I'm like super excited about. We've got Heat by Jean Wei. It's this really sweet little comic book. I love the colors, I love the design, I love that it's like simple yet sweet. It's a little book about a demon. Yeah, really excited to flip through this one. Another thing that from Piao, but I actually bought this from the artist themselves, is Simpson Magico by Chu Nap. It's a book about, you know, like non-binary wizard, and it looks really sweet. The graphics are very, very lovable, and it's in this really cool sepia tone, and it's kind of a coming of age novel, so I'm really excited to dive into this as well. Very sweet. And then lastly, this really sweet zine I got about a little robot called Bodywork by Ren McDonald. So that, yeah, all around very exciting. Would really recommend checking them out. Love supporting like indie publishing houses. The other thing I got there, which I feel kind of like a poser for getting, but it was labeled for fans of Kojima, and I was like, oh sweet, that's like, I guess me. Didn't realize that they were referring to the game and not the person. But this is like a really sweet kind of luggage tag. Also really was in the market for some really sweet backpack decor, so definitely was not let down in that respect. So yeah, definitely would recommend checking out Piao. It's P-E-O-W, stands for Pretty Embarrassing Otaku Weekend, which is definitely something I can relate to, just having spent the whole weekend at New York Anime Con. Next up I have Lucky Penny by Anath Hirsch and Yuko Oda. It really, I mean, I was really drawn to this for the color scheme, definitely. I mean, low blow. But I also was really excited just because it reminded me at first glance a lot of like the Scott Pilgrim series, which is something that I have always really been drawn to. I don't know if they would be offended for comparing to that, but yeah, it seems like a very wholesome. It kind of also reminded me a little bit of like that one on Bee and Puppy Cat. Yeah, definitely something like that. So yeah, excited to dive into this. The other thing that I got from this, I guess their combination is JohnnyWander.com, that's their information, is the King Same pin, which actually I really often quote the same hat meme. I think that that's like a really underutilized piece of content that we should all really be appreciating more. If you haven't seen the Same Hat comic, it's just like a wholesome I don't know, I think it's a wholesome way to react to things. Next up that I want to talk about is this really, really cool concept that, so it's from the High Dive, I guess it's a streaming website that I've never heard of before. I will be the first to admit that I'm not the sharpest crayon in the box. Apparently VRV, I think VRV is probably the parent company, and then underneath that there's like High Dive, Crunchyroll, etc. In any event, High Dive had this really cool event where it was Find for to Win, and so they had people cosplay, like professional cosplayers dressed up as their characters, like really high quality cosplay too. And you went around, you found them, and then you got their like their signature next to their character, and and as a reward for finding all four, which I thought it was really daunting, but it actually wasn't that bad. You got these like sweet little pins, and I like them because they're not like automatically recognizable as an anime, I suppose, but I think it was a really cool marketing concept, and it definitely made me like interested in the review Starlight. At least I really appreciated the character designs. Next up we have this little zine from it's by Black Sugar Pill. It's called Anthropomorphic. I thought it was really cool. I mean, I'm really into like Guro these days, I guess, and yeah, I don't know. I was really excited to kind of get a range of different types of art. I don't want to like show it, just I guess it's like, I mean, it was definitely labeled as like a 18 plus type thing, so yeah, but really would definitely check out Black Sugar Pill and their art. The other thing that I got from their table was a really cute little blood bag charm for my phone. I thought it was like very cute and a little, kind of like a little nod without being too gory, so I was really excited about that. The next, I'll talk about this. So this is the Quarter Life zine. And I got this from Janet Sung's table. So it's actually really funny. I met Janet Sung at New York Comic Con, and we ended up talking about Post Malone. I overheard them say, "Oh, Post Malone cut his hair," and then we like had this very long conversation. Anyway, and I was debating about getting this last time, but I actually got this really cool Beyonce print that they were selling instead, and now I'm glad that I like was able to find them again, because I think that this like is a beautiful Rizzo print. I don't even know if I'm saying that the right way, Rizzo, my Midwestern accent coming through. But yeah, I'm really excited to dive into this bad boy. Yeah. Little tea break. Next up, I will talk about this gem that I was so stanced to find, let me tell you. So I guess I'll admit that like while I like go around parading like, oh haha, I'm a weeaboo, like I watched Darling in the Franxx recently, but truly like I would say all of my favorites are like old school anime. So like, you know, Naruto, Shippuden, ooh, wow, so old, oh, I hate it. Evangelion, Ranma, you know, like that's like Rumiko Takashi. So, you know, clearly nobody has any of that stuff anymore. So I was really excited to stumble upon this at the Kinokuniya booth. And this is like a fan book, or no, sorry, it's definitely not a fan book, because it's like an official release Kaworu magazine, and it's just absolutely gorgeous, like very high quality, kind of goes into like all the fashion. I remember at the Eva store they were selling a lot of, yeah, as you can see here, a lot of like anime clothing, I suppose, anime branded clothing, and so they drew, so these are like actual, these are like actual clothes that you can buy that like Kaworu modeled, which I thought is like sweet concept. Anyway, so that was like a sweet piece of eye candy that I got. Another, whew, all right, I'm gonna do a little clear up. Okay, Another thing that I was like also really surprised to find and was so excited was this really sweet enamel pin of corn. As you can see, I like the cutout of it. I think it's like a sweet shape. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was like so shocked. Things like this are so rare to come by. Yeah, so again, I was really excited all around. I'll go on to this. So this is James Gage's D. Vol. Kind of an interesting name. Truly, I'm interested, you know? It's really cool to see people starting out in comics, and this is just the first volume, and I'm really excited to like see where it goes, I guess. And like it's always fun to like watch people's art kind of like improve while going on, so I'm hoping that this is something that I can like continue to follow. Yeah, just like watch this artist's art grow. So now I'll move on to this, which I'm very excited. God, of course, I'm excited about all of it. So this is Lily's, and so it's labeled as a woman's romance magazine. So it's really just like a whole bunch of like lesbian comics, right? So as you can see, gorgeous cover, gorgeous back cover, like tray thick. Look at that. But it's really it's a comic anthology of a whole bunch of like woman-loving woman comics by queer artists. So I'm really excited to hop into this. So I got this at Mitchium's booth. And it's actually really funny because this the cover really is not indicative of Mitchium's art at all. It definitely is more I would say like surreal, or I guess impressionist. You've got this like really cool hollow print that actually the artist gave me as a freebie, so like thank you so much for that. The other thing that I got as a freebie, I was like so shocked, is this. I was cosplaying as Howl the day I bought this, and the artist kind of just gave me this for free, is the Sophie and Howl charm. So I thought it was really beautiful. It's really sweet. There are really not a lot of like Howl's Moving Castle merchandise either, so I was really stoked to find that. The other thing that I got from the Mitchium's booth was this like very nice like pronoun pin. It's like it says he, him, and I am valid. It has like a ribbon around a sword. I don't know. I thought it was like quite classy. I thought it was beautiful, and yeah. I needed something to kind of fill that gap in my life. Okay. Ooh, all right. Now let's move on to this. Really stoked, bro. For this it's called Boy I Love You. It's a BL Comics anthology. And I mean, not only is it comics, there are also a few essays in here, which is this is like the fucking nerdiest thing in the entire world, but I took a anime class a couple semesters ago, like I'm still in college, and we talked kind of about like yaoi culture and like fandom, and it's like really interesting to see because a lot of these are also like from like Western artists, so it's really exciting to see like. I don't know, I'm like excited to explore the kind of like transition from culture. Yeah, so really looking forward to that. And the authors, so the table that I bought this at was of Emily Forrester. And so I got two other zines, one of them Ramcom and Buds. And they're both kind of just like slow, I mean, they seem like sweet like scenes, and then are just kind of like, you know, like nice romance, like cute, happy-go-lucky. So I'm like really, really excited to like, you know, have something nice to look at, I suppose, and like think about. Okay. This is an art book that I just think it's stunning. it was at the Denpa, yeah, I believe Denpa Publishers. And I like this art book because it just is so varied. You've got art, you know, that kind of looks very, very abstract. But then you've also, you know, you've got like the front cover by, I think it's Ray something, I can't remember. But yeah, you know, it's got like, you know, old school kind of like clamp style drawings. So yeah, just, yeah, really excited to like find some nice inspiration from this book. Another one I found is this, it was funded on Kickstarter. I've just been thinking a lot about Kickstarter recently after that. I've seen a couple news articles about it. But it's called Marshmallow Horns by Emily Ree, and it's this really cool concept about like resurrection and like having baggage after you die, and it's like queer romance and like death, romance, gay, like, I don't know, it really resonated with me. So yeah, really excited about this. The next one I have is Battery Acid, which is by J. Doyle and Y. Zhou. And it is a like another gay baseball. So I don't know if you've read like Ufuri. It's just like a really wholesome. I think there's something like really wholesome about like sports romance. I know it seems like there wouldn't be anything like particularly nice about it, but it's just like very, it's like calm. I don't know, it's got a very, very calming presence to it. So I'm excited to check this out. Okay, now we're on to the last couple of, I don't want to say last but not least, certainly not least. I think these are definitely like the highlights of my column though. So here we go. So, as I was saying before, a lot of my interests kind of lie, you know, pre-2015, even earlier, you know, especially with like the Ranma stuff and like, I mean, like some Naruto. So I was absolutely so stanced to find these zines. So these are by CJ Walker and Rose Sovia, and I just, oh my god, I literally funny story, when I saw this zine, it's called Relic, it's an Uchiha Brothers zine. I literally like, handed them my card and said, just fuck me up, like I fucked up well I was, folks. Yeah, would like very highly recommend this. I think it was like the best $5 I spent at the con altogether. No shade to any of the other artists that I've just, you know, painstakingly described, but really interesting concept and on a topic that I care about deeply. So really good job. The other zine that they had, it's Ro and CJ together. Is the 1 month Naruto phase, which I think is like a very funny, like that's like it's a great title. And it's just like, it explores some very nice, I mean, it's just a zine. It has like some doodles and like some comics left and right, you know, some heartfelt moments. And of course, they asked what's my favorite ninja, so they could draw it at the end and sign it. But so you can see Kakashi, we're all men of taste here. Oh, man of culture. So that kind of, oh, the other thing that I got from this was Keep It All In, which is like, it was really poignant. This was like one of the first things I bought on Saturday. And it was just a really poignant book about kind of like being, you know, a closeted gay teen, which is, yeah, something that definitely resonated with me. Anyway, back to Kakashi. So, as you see here, 2 blind boxes. And again, let me tell you, I went to at least 5 different booths looking for like little Kakashi figurines to put on my backpack, similar to what I have here with the Ranma and like Akane figurines, you know, just like something small like that, you know. And I like could not find anything, and finally I came on this booth that had blind box art. It was like the only booth that had this type. And let me tell you, I like, so you can see I bought two because I'm like, so I was like literally so fucking desperate. I could have just gone on eBay when I got home, but you know, like just con fever, you know, where you're just like, there's like the anxiety of leaving. But the first box I got was Jiraiya, which, I mean, I can't complain. I do love him. Pervy Sage is my problematic fave. I stan him with all my heart. But I had like a last minute kind of like, oh shit, maybe I should like give it just one more go. I did it, and God was on my side with this. So not only did I get Kakashi, but like I didn't even realize that it was like special version sexy Kakashi. Oh my god, I'm so upset at myself for just saying that. But with the little like the smirk, and you can see his birthmark. So it was just a really good. This is the final purchase I made at the con, and then like, you know, before like leaving and rushing out. Yeah, it was just a really good moment. So another thing that I'm like really excited, I feel like I'm all of these really excited, is the Compendium zine. And this is by Sarah Hagstrom. I positively I thought this was such a sweet, wholesome concept. It was the cutest thing in the entire world. I like things like this that are just very simple. And I think that it's like also just a beautiful cover, and I'm really excited to just like display it in my room. The other thing that I got from Sarah was this cloudy pin. I thought it was very wholesome, along with this patch that I think would be very nice on my backpack and like really match my color scheme. The other thing that I got from Sarah was sharing a booth with their partner, which I am very sad that I forgot their name, but I believe that their Twitter handle is like Wolves Mouth, except Wolves is spelled with two V's, but it's VVOLVES. But just like this really sweet little bunny pin. They came in a set, but I only bought the one, just a phone call away, which is like a really nice concept. Okay, so we're getting down to the final countdown. Something that this is a set that I found, and oh my goodness, I have to remember their name. Yes, Pegushi. Yes, Peggy was their name. And so this is the legendary dog trio. Okay, nobody likes Raikou, I'm sorry. But my dear Pokemon angel, Suicune, and my Pokemon father, Entei. So I'm like, it's so rare I feel to find anything that's like legendary dogs merchandise. So that's, that was just like a great moment for me. Okay, so on to the big purchases. As some of you may know, I'm like a huge Mori Chak stan, and I had never seen a lot of these before, and I was like really stoked about it. So I've decided to name this Angel Carol, a very sweet Mori Chak angel. This is the Hano Usagi, all-purpose rabbit. So like the idea is like, got the ears, you can like tie them and do whatever you want. Very wholesome, very cute. I also got two others, this nice purple version, and this very small Gloomy that I think would go excellently on my backpack as well. The reason I know this is like so disgusting, but I truly did not think that I was coming back on Sunday, and last minute kind of just decided to go because it only comes once a year, you know? So yeah, I ended up buying the larger one on Sunday. So please forgive me for this excessive display of disgusting display of wealth. I know I said that I can't I don't need any more clothing, but alas, here I am, clothes in hand. But I saw this and it was like the trans Ranma content I needed. So it's the really sweet freaking t-shirt of Ranma, both girl Ranma and boy Ranma, like all tatted up, like sick as fuck. Yeah, so I don't know, I was just so excited to see that, and it blew my mind. Okay, so we're getting down to the end of the video, and I want to end it off with this really sweet artist that I found, and their name is Dahui Wang. And their art was absolutely beautiful. If you remember the silver, or the black sugar pill scene, kind of like talking about the Guro stuff, Dahui Wang has like some really like just like beautiful, like the classiest Guro you could ever want. So I'll try and get a close-up of these. This is like a really sweet enamel pin. It's like a fish being gutted. Yeah, I thought it was really beautiful. I would have liked it to be like maybe a little bit bigger, but again, I understand. And the other one I got was this, like, it was called, like, I don't even know what to call this. And I was like, yeah, that's fair, but I don't know where. I can definitely not safe for work, but I don't know where to put it. In any event, as you can see, I've had a wonderful time. I had a great weekend. Positively disgusting amount of money was spent, but a good time was had by me. So thank you again for joining me. Thanks for putting up with my gravelly voice, and I hope to see you the next time I spend an absurd amount of money on anime products.